So yesterday I posted a video to my Instagram page and I was out riding my bike. I was thinking about how our experience really can dictate our actions in any particular moment. What we notice can become the mm, kind of impetus for how we respond in the moment. And the reason that I was sharing that was when we're talking about psychological flexibility, when we're talking about excellence in sport performance, a bedrock skill is the ability to notice things with some degree of intentionality. The reason for this is our experience in every single moment is a sensory fire hose. We're bombarded with proprioceptive, temperature, sound, visual, all sorts of different sensory stimulation. And through just the process of growing up and learning, we've gotten really, really good at tuning most of that out. But the challenge to that is we miss things. We miss opportunities all the time. For example, tell me if this story, if you've felt this before. Growing up, we learned that planning ahead and learning from our mistakes is the key to success. So every day, we spend a good part of our day thinking about what we're going to do and analyzing what we did in the past to see where we can learn. It's useful. It helped us get better at the things that were important to us. But maybe you've had the experience of it going too far. You say, well, this worked a little bit, maybe I should do it some more. So instead of just thinking about tomorrow or next week, maybe you start thinking about next month or next year. Or if you're an athlete on the Olympic calendar, the next 4 years. And while you're doing that, you also start really digging into the mistakes of yesterday and last week and last month. So now, what was maybe an hour or two of work a day thinking about tomorrow and yesterday becomes like 3 or 4 or maybe a full time job. And that works, but maybe not as much as the initial effort. You're spending a lot of time thinking about tomorrow, thinking about yesterday, and it doesn't seem to translate into the same kind of gains that it did before. So you double down. You think maybe not a week ahead, but a month ahead, maybe not a month ahead, but a year ahead, maybe not a year ahead, but 4 years ahead. You look at yesterday's mistakes even finer. Or maybe as soon as you make a mistake, you're like, that's a thing I should learn from. And you focus on that even more. And now, what was 4 hours or 8 hours is now eight or all day. And the more you look at your yesterdays, the more you notice that there's a lot of missed opportunities. That what you're seeing in the rear view mirror is you're not noticing it at the moment where you could actually take advantage of it. And that's really frustrating. And that translates into your thoughts about tomorrow being thoughts about, like, oh no, I might miss something else. And then it's days and weeks of tomorrows where it's kind of overwhelming. It's kind of scary to even think about it. Maybe this has gone on for a little while. Maybe it's only ever happened a few times. Maybe you've even had the luck of or intentionality of recognizing that that's actually kind of a destructive path. What worked when it was just a little bit of what you were doing has become unsustainable and fed this monster of looming doubt and anxiety and frustration. And maybe you haven't noticed it yet. I doubt you'd be watching this video if you haven't noticed it yet, but maybe you haven't. but you're still kind of wondering, like, why am I missing so many opportunities? So, when we're talking about psychological flexibility, when we're talking about being able to be excellent in sport performance activities, one of the key skills is to be able to be present. And that reel that I posted the other day was all about, like, right here, right now, practice noticing the things that are here. There are going to be some things that are uncomfortable. There are going to be some things that have a tendency to hook us and pull us into tomorrows and yesterdays. But there's also going to be some things that, if we notice them, can remind us that we're this really crazy, cool, complex phenomena, and we're doing things that are moving us towards what's meaningful. Or if at the moment you look around and you go, I'm not doing the things that are meaningful to me, you have the opportunity in every single moment to find the things that help you move in a meaningful way. Noticing is something we do automatically because we've learned that it's helpful. And a lot of times we have a tendency to notice tomorrow and to notice yesterday, but not even see the things that are right underneath our nose. Spending a little bit of time practicing intentional noticing, however that takes its form, whether it's things like gratitude journals or meditation or just sitting and cataloging the things that are here and now, those are all ways so that we can rebalance the scales between planning for our future, learning from our past, and being able to take advantage of the opportunities that are right in front of us here and now. I hope this has you thinking about how every single moment you have opportunities to move in a meaningful direction. If you'd like to learn more or talk about this more, feel free to reach out to me, send me an email, get a time on my calendar, and we'll go a little bit deeper. Take care. Have a wonderful day.